This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for the News at Noon. I'm Alex Fisher. We now know the name of the person hit and killed by a car over the weekend. Xavier Kennedy was hit and killed by a car on Saturday night on Apache Avenue near South Real Road. When first responders arrived, they say the man had already died. It is unclear what led up to the crash. And a woman is dead after her car landed on top of her last night. This crash happened around 8:40 on Rio Miranda Drive, just off Golden State Avenue in North Bakersfield. CHP says the car veered off the road, and when the woman crashed, she was thrown out of her car, and then the car landed on top of her. Officials say she was unresponsive when they got to the scene, and she died shortly after. Today, multiple investigations are still ongoing in Houston after 8 people died and hundreds were hurt during an outdoor concert. It happened during Friday night's festival in Houston as rapper Travis Scott, a Houston native and a founder of the event, took the stage. Jay Gray has more from outside NRG Park, where the tragedy took place.
Hey there, let's get straight to where we are in this situation here in Houston, a tragic one. Multiple investigations going on, and we now know there are multiple civil suits that have been filed after 8 people died. Their ages ranging from 14 to 27-year-olds. You had 17 people transported to area hospitals, many still there, including a 10-year-old in critical condition, and then hundreds treated on the scene here after the crowd apparently got riled up and started to rush the stage. Travis Scott is from this area, helped to create this festival as well. He says that he is sending out prayers to those who were affected and fully cooperating with investigators here. One other quick note, he was the headliner at what was supposed to be a day in Vegas, a festival in Las Vegas over the weekend. At this point, we are being told he has pulled out of that concert. We'll continue to monitor things here. For now, though, that's the latest from Houston. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you.
COVID-19 continues to maintain its presence in Kern County. Today, we learned of another 986 people who have been infected with this virus. No new deaths were reported. Hospitals are still busy dealing with people experiencing severe symptoms of the virus. 227 people are in the hospital. 55 more are in the ICU. And although small, this is a modest improvement for our ICUs. Overall hospitalizations are dealing with about the same amount of patients from a month ago. If you're heading to Los Angeles anytime soon, don't forget to bring your vaccine record with you. That's because the city is implementing some of the nation's strictest COVID vaccine verification rules today. People living or visiting LA and hoping to visit indoor restaurants, gyms, entertainment and recreational facilities, as well as personal care businesses, will need to show proof of full vaccination against COVID-19. Store owners will be able to accept a CDC vaccination card, a scan or photograph of the card on a mobile device, or a digital vaccination record issued by the state of California. City officials will begin outreach efforts next week, but actual enforcement of the sweeping mandate will not start until November 29th.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
Today marks 1 year until 2022's general election, and it might seem like a long way away, but events already in motion could affect how it all shakes out next fall. Here in California, all eyes will be on Governor Gavin Newsom, who must once again defeat challengers after beating a recall effort just 2 months ago. Republican Larry Elder emerged at the top of the recall field, although it's unclear if he'll run again. According to a recent UC Berkeley poll, Newsom leads likely Republican challengers by more than 20 points individually. But last week, Republicans outperformed expectations in governor's races in New Jersey and Virginia. Representative races, meanwhile, will be affected by the current statewide redistricting process, and a state committee is expected to release its first official preliminary maps on Wednesday. The Kern County Board of Supervisors will hear public comment today on preliminary maps ahead of this month's hearing on the redrawing of district boundaries. The proposed new lines would leave 3 out of the 5 supervisorial districts with a Latino majority, as opposed to 2 of 5 under the current district borders. The changes reflect recent census data showing Kern County as a Latino majority county. While individual supervisors will remain the same throughout the redistricting process, the new boundaries could affect voting during the next election cycle. The redistricting hearing is set for 6 p.m. in the board chambers on Truxtun Avenue. Looking ahead to tomorrow, county supervisors are set to discuss a proposed ordinance that would create legal ramifications for homeless people taking up space on public property. The new proposed law would deem it unlawful for someone to camp or place personal items in public areas. Supervisors will hold a public hearing tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. They will discuss how and where to apply those restrictions. In education news this afternoon, Bakersfield College is set to receive several $1 million today to support students. School officials say Assemblymember Rudy Salas will present BC with funding recently secured in the state's budget to support the college's health education and nursing programs. In total, $6 million will be given to Bakersfield College. The Kern County Cancer Foundation held its 8th annual Campout Against Cancer this weekend at the Kaiser Permanente Sports Village in southwest Bakersfield. Organizers say this year's event had several new attractions, including a car show. Like always, people of all ages ran and walked 1 mile and 5K courses. Event organizers want to help raise money to help local patients pay for life-saving treatment.
Third place team was hard hats for cancer, and that's from Granite. They were amazing. The second one was Rio Bravo Cancer Center. That's one of the first years they've come out and really supported us. And the last one, CBCC and Dignity, they raised over $29,000. So we are so excited about that.
And they also gave out awards for individuals. The top fundraiser was Mima's, and they raised more than $5,000.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.